Firefighters are working around the clock to gain control of the Boulder View Fire, and a community in North Scottsdale is on high alert. Good afternoon, I'm Tram Mai. We start 12 News at 1 with your wildfire watch. The Boulder View Fire sparked near Stagecoach Pass and Boulder View Drive less than 24 hours ago, and it grew overnight. So far, it's now grown in size to more than 3,200 acres, and there's a go order for those nearby, which means they need to evacuate immediately. 12 News journalist Sean Rice is in Scottsdale. And Sean, what's the latest there?
Yeah, Tramp, good afternoon to you. That's right. We are in the area. We're in that evacuation zone. We're right just north of 136th Street. All of these homes behind me, maybe a half dozen homes in my vantage site, have all been evacuated. They've been evacuated for much of this morning, and it's really due to what you can see here just to my right. Some of this fire conditions, the burn scars come all the way up maybe 200 yards from this home. And this is right on the entrance of Tonto National Forest land here in North Scottsdale. As of 9 a.m. this morning, the Boulder View Fire has burned 3,200 acres and remains 0% contained. We're told around 60 homes have been evacuated on the southeast side of this fire. That's where flames at times remain active, producing 20 to 40-foot flames in some areas. This afternoon, we're seeing planes and helicopters from above dropping water and fire retardant on those flames. Here on the ground, nearly 180 personnel are fighting the fire.
And then where the fire started, we have crews that are also still there because of the heavy amount of fuel. They're very concerned about that area. So they're working in there and making sure that the fuel is, they're suppressing any hot spots that may remain. And again, we'll be utilizing aircraft today.
Pre-evacuation notices are in place for 136th Street. That's to Box Bar Road, Rio Verde Road to Dove Valley. Residents in these areas are asked to remain ready to go and to leave in a moment's notice. Now, fire crews tell us today additional resources will be headed to this area. They've been here for much of this morning and will remain here into the afternoon hours to really fight some of these areas to keep those hot spots in check. And here behind us to our east, they really want to help in those containment efforts to get some sort of containment on these efforts. 12 News will remain here in this area, in the evacuation area, here on scene to bring you the latest on those containment efforts on 12 News and 12news.com. We're live in North Scottsdale. Sean Rice, 12 News.
Hey, Sean, I know it's pretty windy there, and hopefully you can hear me okay, but what I'm hearing, you had mentioned earlier 180 personnel. I can hear what sounds like some chainsaw happening in the background. What's going on around you?
Yeah, Tram, every couple of minutes or so, we see some hotshot crews walk to my right and to my left here in and around this area to really contain some of those hot spot areas with a chainsaw. Here just to my right, you can see some of that dry brush and vegetation that they've clearly taken a chainsaw to try to prevent some of that vegetation from starting up again. And then here overhead, some of what we were talking about just a moment ago. You can see that helicopter with that hose attached from the bottom of it. Every 5 to 10 minutes or so, they're dropping some of the water, not necessarily on an area where the flames are active, but an area where the flames have already come through this area. But again, as we know with fires in this area and here in Arizona, those fires can start up again in some of these hot spot areas where crews are certainly taking notice of that. Tram, back to you.
All right, Sean, thank you. I know we'll have much more coming up later on 12 News at 4 and 5.